Okay, so let's just get right into it. The whole world of subscriptions, it's gotten weird. I mean, really weird. It used to be just for things like, streaming services and software. But now it's creeping into literally every corner of our lives. We're talking cars, kitchen gadgets, you name it. So today, we're going to unpack this huge shift, this move towards a future where maybe you won't own anything at all. So here's what we've got lined up. First, we'll hit some of the wildest examples, starting with the car industry. From there, we'll look at how this subscription model is just spreading everywhere. Then we'll get into the psychology of why we even sign up for this stuff, why companies are absolutely in love with this model, and finally, we'll talk about the big picture, the end game, where owning stuff might become a thing of the past. All right, first up, your car on subscription. And this is where things start to feel, well, just different. We're not talking about a simple monthly inconvenience anymore. This feels like a fundamental change in what it means to buy something. So let me ask you a question. Just imagine this for a second. You go out, you buy a brand new car. It's got heated seats, the whole 9 yards. Would you be cool with paying a monthly fee just to turn them on? Because believe it or not, that is not a hypothetical question anymore. Yeah, this is a real thing. BMW actually started charging people $18 a month for heated seats. And here's the kicker. The hardware, the heating coils, the wires, all of it, it's already installed in the car you already paid for. It's just sitting there locked behind a little software paywall. And hey, it's not just about comfort features. Mercedes took it a step further. They offered a subscription for $1,200 a year to make their electric cars accelerate faster. And again, no new parts, you don't have to take it to the shop. The car's full power is already built in. You just have to pay this annual fee to, I don't know, unlock it. It's basically your car saying, sorry, full speed requires a premium membership. One source really nailed the frustration people feel with this quote. It points out how Tesla shifted its full self-driving system from a big one-time purchase to a $99 a month subscription. So you drop all this money on a car, only to realize you basically bought the light version. And if you want the pro features, well, you gotta keep paying and paying. And it's even hitting the most basic stuff. Get this. Toyota started making people pay a subscription on some of their cars just to use the remote start feature on the key fob, the little plastic thing you're holding in your hand. It really feels like no feature is too small to be turned into another monthly bill. So, as you can probably guess, this isn't just about cars. Not by a long shot. This exact same idea is creeping into basically every part of our homes and our lives. I mean, just look at how widespread this is. You can literally subscribe to your furniture now. There are smart toilets that need a monthly fee to analyze your, and give you health stats. Farmers are discovering that key features on their John Deere tractors, these incredibly expensive machines, are locked until they pay up for a license. Even fancy kitchen gadgets and exercise bikes are basically just expensive decorations unless you keep paying for the software that makes them do their job. Okay, so the big question is, why are we all signing up for this stuff? The what is crazy, but the why is maybe even more important. And a huge part of the answer has to do with our own psychology and how these models are specifically designed to play on. Check this out. A really interesting study found this huge disconnect between what people think they spend on subscriptions versus what they actually spend. On average, people guessed they were paying around $86 a month. The reality? It was actually $219. Whoa. Yeah, that's not a small difference. That's an underestimation of 250%. And that, right there, is the magic of this model for companies. All those little monthly charges seem like no big deal, right? They're designed to fly right under your financial radar. But man, do they add up to a massive and often totally unnoticed expense. And once they've got you, companies are really good at keeping you. They often use something called dark patterns. That's a fancy term for intentionally confusing designs. You know what I'm talking about, like a cancellation button that's basically hidden, or tricky wording that tricks you into staying subscribed when you're trying to leave. It's all about creating friction. You go to cancel, but first you have to confirm you really want to cancel. Then they show you this giant list of all the amazing benefits you're about to lose. Then, of course, there's the special offer to get you to stay. They're basically just hoping you'll get frustrated, give up, and just let that payment go through for one more month. So yeah, it's pretty clear these models can be a pain for us, the consumers. But from the company's side of things, this is a total game changer. It's like the golden goose. Let's take a look at why they are so incredibly excited to switch everything over to this model. Think about it. The old way, the ownership model, meant they got one big chunk of money when they sold you something. That's it. But with a subscription, they get predictable, recurring revenue month after month after month. It also cuts their costs. And this is a big one, they never really lose control of the product. They can push updates, change features, or even shut it off remotely whenever they want. But the real moneymaker here is something one source calls the gym effect. We all know this one, right? It's not just about the people actively using the service. Companies make a fortune from all of us who sign up, totally forget we did, or just find it too annoying to cancel. It's a perfect storm of our own good intentions. We think we're going to use it, and just plain old inertia. Every forgotten subscription is just pure, easy profit for them. So, where does this all end? What's the ultimate goal here? What's the end game? Well, if you listen to executives at big tech companies like Microsoft and Amazon, they have a pretty clear vision. In their future, you won't even own the parts inside your computer, like your RAM or your graphics card. Nope, you'll just rent all that computing power from the cloud. It's like Netflix, but for your computer's actual brain. And really, that's the end game. That is the huge philosophical shift behind this whole trend. The goal is to move away from a world of products and into a world of services, a world where you own nothing and pretty much everything you need, from the car you drive to the tools you use, is rented. Look, this whole model is pitched to us as being convenient, flexible, more affordable because it's just a small monthly payment instead of one big one. But what it also means is that we are constantly paying forever for things we will never, ever truly own. And that leaves us with one last really important question to think about. Is all that convenience really worth giving up ownership for good?